Unlocking marital bliss.
Yes, a beautiful afternoon with me, Cyrus Rod, and you are watching Unlocking Marital Bliss. There is a way that you can succeed in marriage. There is a way that it can be done. Not everybody should fail. Not everybody. In fact, nobody should fail when it comes in marriage. Nobody should fail. All you need is to know what to do, and do it. And this very afternoon, I'm just so privileged because I have a wonderful man of God. I have a wonderful brother. I have somebody that all of you probably know. 98% you know who this guy is. He has made a mark in the entertainment industry in Uganda and all around. If you hear anybody talk about Uganda and the entertainment industry, there is no way you can miss the name of this guest of mine. It's always a pleasure. He has made a mark. When you listen to the kind of work he has done, it is so amazing. It has caused a difference. So, this very afternoon, we want to talk about this gentleman, and he will tell us how he has managed. Because, to be honest, I've never seen a successful man in the entertainment industry with a stable home and teaching men to be men. So when I called him in, I told him, we're going to talk about men. I want you to teach men to be men. You've been in the entertainment industry, you were there, but you're so successful with a stable home. I've been to your home. I want you to come and talk to us because we're tired of boys everywhere. We want them to become men. Together with me, would you welcome Kawesa? Yes, probably you don't know. Let the cameras go straight to you, sir. You're the one and only.
Thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's been long.
Yes.
Many people probably were thinking, where are you hiding?
In the roots.
Oh, wow. I love that because when the roots are in there,
Yeah.
you don't have to try to fight to be seen.
No.
You're in the roots. Kawasa, you've been so successful. God has given you grace. You've made it. You've made a mark nationally and internationally
Thank you.
in the entertainment industry. Your work has stood and stands the test of time. If anybody goes back, there's one song that I really loved that you did. Fair, Mo East Africa.
Yes. We sing a song.
Uh-huh.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. No problem at all.
No problem. No problem.
No problem at all. I love that. So we have our viewers. You've done a lot of work with the men. You're grooming men. You're developing men. And you've stood out in the entertainment industry. Kawesa, I would like to hear from you. The nations would like to hear from you. How have you made it a success in the entertainment industry? And you are married. Are you married, by the way?
Yes. Married to
Okay.
one wife only.
Okay.
One wife only for how many years? From 2003?
That's
One wife.
18.
One wife. One. Only. One.
And she's female?
She's not just female.
Yes.
And we'll discuss
Yeah.
elements of that. Yes.
Okay, now you were married since 2003. That's about 18 years.
Yes, about 20. Yeah. Because
18 years.
2023 will be 20 years. Yes.
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 So that's 18 years.
Yes.
Actually, so you married in 2003, and I followed after you the following year, 2004. That's why I can quickly calculate it.
Sounds good.
Yes, I can quickly get it. So now you married. How many children do you have?
We have 3. I have one who's just turned 14. She's Irema. Then the second born is Imbeni. She's just turned 10. And then we have one who's turned 4, Eleni. So those are 3 girls.
Wow, we really have to mine you this very day. We're gonna mine everything we can get out of you. You got these names. I mean, they struck me. What's the meaning? Indema?
Irema is Kinyarwanda for, if you think about the concept of Irema, Irema
Irema.
is God creates.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
now her other name is Asha, which is life. So God creates life. So Irema Asha Kawesa.
Oh, my
Then
God.
there is Imbeni. Imbeni is praise the Lord in Swahili.
Okay.
Yes. And then Ileni, very deep. That one I'll keep to my to. But
You have the guy.
yeah, but the principle is also that they all start with I.
Okay.
Yes. So I believe if you build a strong I, you have great communities. Because if everyone is strong and they bring their strength together, that's strength.
That's strength, yeah.
If the eyes are weak
Yes.
and you bring them together,
It's
the
weakness.
community is weak.
Yes.
So the
So
letters,
this individual development.
that I there, that big I is very,
Yes.
very key. So I look at them as Irema, that's an I. Imbeni, where are you? You are not Irema, you are Imbeni.
You're different.
You
You're an
are
individual.
that I there, yes. But at the same time, you are a family.
Yes.
Ileni, Imbeni, Irema.
With different strength.
Yes, with different strength. And also different weaknesses.
And different weaknesses.
Yes.
Whereby you find that with my weakness, the other one can help me out.
And that's why we teach the concept of what we call situational leadership, where you have to know who you are. And by knowing who you are, it's basically a summation of your strength
Yes.
and your weaknesses. That's who you are.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
if you can account for your strength, that means that you can self-lead. You
Yes.
lead yourself in
Yes.
areas where you're strong.
Yes.
But what happens in areas where you're
You're
weak? Now you learn to be led,
To be led.
but not by everyone, but by those people who are strong in areas
that
where you're
area.
weak. So the combination of self-leadership, being led. Self-leadership, being led. Like a duck, that's how you move through life. So everyone looks at you and like, you're so successful, but they do not know that you know how to submit yourself to the leadership of others, at the same time take leadership. So those two working together is what makes you a great leader, because by leading others, they actually, you do not demand that you lead them. They look at your lifestyle, they look at how smooth,
And they follow.
and they want to say, how do you do it?
Yes.
So you now attract those who also want to know who they are, so that they
Yes.
can also know when to lead and when to be led. And that starts with a strong I. To know who you are is to know the I in you.
Yes.
Yes.
That I am different, created
I
by
am
God.
different. I have my weaknesses. I have my strengths. Can I look at my strengths? What do I have within me? What are some of these talents that will lead me to the king's palace?
Yes.
Yes. So you identify them. Now you also have to identify certain things you don't know about the king's palace.
Mm-hmm.
In that sense, there are things you don't know about the protocol, how to talk to kings.
Yes.
So the talent might open the door for you, but what is going to sustain you in the
Is the
king's
protocol.
palace, there's some protocols. There's some
Yes.
character that you need to have. You need to
Etiquettes.
etiquette. There are some things you need to polish. Those
Yes.
are your weaknesses.
Yes.
Whereas your strength can get you through, your weaknesses might pull you back out. So
That's true.
knowing who you are by understanding these two is always useful in your trajectory of life.
I love the way you've brought it out. That will lead us. I really respect the way, first of all, you have named your children. There is purpose in everything you're doing. You're not just showing up and just waking up in the
My
morning.
wife comes up with the names.
Uh-huh.
I come up with the interpretation,
How do you do that?
because everything in life speaks
Yeah.
if you pay attention to the voice.
Mm-hmm.
So when your wife starts identifying the names, you also ask and say, Lord, what does that mean?
Yes.
Why is it like this? So now you start paying attention to the bits and details. Then you're able to do what, for example, in the Bible, Jacob did.
Yes.
He observed all his children while they were growing.
Yes.
When it came to predicting and prophesying in their lives,
Yes.
he was drawing from their character.
Yes.
So he said, you Reuben, my firstborn, yet unstable like water.
Yes, sir.
You
That's so real.
did A, B, C, D.
Yes.
So
yes.
now, therefore, you will.
Oh. Yeah.
So the prophecy wasn't a fantasy. It wasn't some rosy thing as a man seeing. No, no, no. He was seeing through them, and he sees the path that their lives will take. Yes. And therefore, as a father, he's speaking to them so that if it's a weakness, you know what will bring you down.
Yes.
And therefore, you can compensate because chijo manyi chinyaga bitono. That's a
Yes.
proverb in Luganda that
yes.
says,
probably would be forewarned.
less damage. Yes, forewarned.
Forearmed.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the translation.
Yes. Now, you've had these children and you named them. Everything is on purpose. And the way you present these, Reuben, Jacob, that is so true. And you talk about developing the individual. My question gets to you. You are male. You are a man. To be honest, in showbiz entertainment industry, you're telling us you can be a man. But what has made you stand out to be the man you are today, with the reputation you have, with a stable family? In fact, you may have to literally count, probably might be 2% of the Ugandan population that has ever seen your wife.
That's true. Very true.
And how you've managed to keep her away from the public eye, and she's built you a home. Is this what makes you the man? What makes you a man? Because you're talking about individualism. What makes you this man that you've become?
When we are born, no one gives birth in my language. I understand and think in my language, which is
Yes.
Luganda.
Yes.
So the things I'm going to say
Yes.
are translated from my language
From your
to the
language.
best
Yes.
I can. But when we are born, bazaala mulenzi na muwala.
You give birth to a male and female.
Male? No.
Uh-huh.
Boy
and girl.
and girl.
Uh-huh.
Boy and girl.
Yeah.
You never hear a mother say, twazadde musajja oba
Man.
mukazi.
Yeah. We gave birth to a woman or a man.
No. They never say, the translation is lost there. But I would think they never say we gave birth to male or female, because boy, girl, we are aware that they are female.
Yes.
When you say, and we're aware that the boy is male.
Yes.
But rarely do you hear, even in English, that we gave birth to a male, to a female. You don't hear a father celebrating giving birth to male or female. They will still say boy is a boy. We got a boy child.
Yes.
It's a girl child.
Yes.
Yes, you don't hear male, female.
That's true.
Now, the moment we are born, inside of us is a counter. Every time the sun skips
down.
over your head,
Yeah.
the counter counts like a rope, like where you jump. 1, 2, 3. 365 counts makes a year.
Yes.
Times 13, it will make 4,000.
Where do you get the 13?
13 is when we teenage.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
when we teenage.
Uh-huh.
That the occurrence of being born boy, girl,
Yes.
is a biological accident. There's no contribution you make. There's no predetermined
Yes.
effort that you say, I am going to, and therefore you.
It's got to be a girl.
No.
That's true.
In other circumstances, we will say it was the will of
God.
Katonda, of God.
Yes.
But here, we will call it biological accident.
Okay.
Biology did its probability,
Yes.
and either
And that's what
and
you
all.
got.
That's what you got.
Mm.
Now, when the sun does the same, there's no input. The
Yes.
counter is internal. It's not your mind.
Yes.
Eventually, 4,745 days later, that is that's 13 years, the number of days that make 13, okay. Something is born in the boy that transforms him into male. Therefore, male is the concept of the ability, webusajja, ezaalo ekisawo mu musajja that has seeds. That bag of seeds is the male that has transformed the boy into male. Why? Because the seed now can propagate its kind, the species, the sperm. So if I am male, I am biologically as male as a cockroach is a male. A tick is a male. A cow, a chicken. These are male. They are biological accidents of propagation. I can now have seed that comes and brings me back through someone else.
Yes.
So bwe busajja.
Yes.
So from obulenzi to busajja, those are biological.
Okay.
We don't have input.
Okay.
From muwala, girl, to omukazi. The bukazi, what the timer gives them, that transitions them from girl to female, is the ability to have nutrients, echirisa, so that when you get the seed and plant it in here, it has enough food to bring out the product. That is what makes the female female. And anything can be female. Cockroach, what. So you get male and female, put them in a boat.
Yes.
He's preserving seed of each kind, including the human seed.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the story of Noah.
That's the story of Noah. Now, what happens there? Many times, because the energy for male, female is a natural energy, it is so selfish and powerful, it wants to replicate its kind.
Yes.
So it's an energy.
Yes.
It drives anything that is available that can take seed, it wants to plant, like chickens. The problem is when we do not transition from male to man, from female to woman. Okuva ku busajja eri obwami, from obukazi eri obukyala. So what is the distinction? Obwami, and this is the question you asked.
Yes.
How have you
become a man?
Because I moved away from male to man. I graduated very early on in my life.
And that's what everybody ought to do.
That's what we've missed doing. Therefore, what is a man? A man is an office.
Okay.
The way you say office of the bishop, office of the president, of the police officer.
It is service.
No. It is office. What brings office? In my language, okutongoza, when you have a ministry, I think it's a ministry, okutongoza, you establish, you notice a need that affects the community and it's common to the community.
Yeah.
Then you say that particular cause should be now officially recognized.
Acknowledged.
Yes, and therefore you create an institution, which is the office, and you put a mandate. You say in that office that this will be the responsibility of whoever will occupy this office. So they don't do those responsibilities because they want. No, it is the mandate of the office that requires them to carry out the functions and the responsibilities of the office.
So that makes the office a place of service.
Of responsibility.
Responsibility.
Yes.
Which responsibility still makes me a servant?
Now that's the problem. I do consultancy and I do change management. So I do a lot of mindset work.
Yes.
So I sat with very powerful, it's a big ministry in the country, Uganda. And I was responsible for their change management and rebranding and stuff.
Yes.
So in the training, I asked very powerful people, very learned.
Yes.
I asked them, which industry are you in?
Mhm.
And they told me that they are in the service industry.
Okay.
Okay, service industry.
Okay.
So I asked them, what is service?
Mhm.
No one could answer.
Mhm.
They are in something, and I'm asking, what is it you are in?
And they don't understand it?
So I said to them, every time you face a challenge in understanding, please take whatever English word it is and convert it in your mother tongue. It will be the quickest way for you to arrive to the understanding of the essence of that word.
Mhm.
Immediately, a young lady raises her hand and she says, Okwereza.
Mhm.
Okwereza. So I asked her,
Yes.
are you born again? She says, how do you know? Because you understand it on Sunday, but then
Yes.
when you come on Monday at your
You forget.
workplace, you don't know what that is.
Exactly.
See the point?
Yes.
So it looks like it's service in word, but in understanding it, they lose.
They lose it.
Now, so I then took out my phone and I said, what is Owereza in English?
Mhm.
Others were tempted to go back to service.
Service.
Someone said no. So I took out my phone and did this. It is giving.
Yes.
Okuwereza.
Yes.
Nkuwereza. I am
Yes.
giving.
Yes. Yes.
So we are giving. The concept of more blessed to serve than to be served.
To give than to be given.
See?
That's it.
Now, in that context, when I say that the office of a man is, the mandate is in the responsibility, that responsibility is to kuwereza.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if I don't put the word responsibility and I go straight away, the office is service, there's a loss in translation.
Uh-huh.
They will skip to it and say, oh, service. Yeah, I know service.
And they don't even understand
But
what.
the sacrifices you make
Yes.
are mandated by the office.
Yes.
Therefore, how do I become a man in my journey?
Okay.
Is I had to find something that I consider worthy enough, and something I mean a cause
Yes.
that I consider worthy enough to live and die for.
Yes.
That is when the man
Yes. Starts.
in the male was born.
Yes.
Yes. So now that man, sir, is the one who manages the maleness in me.
Yes.
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 He keeps the male in check
Mhm.
because he has a
He's
higher,
not driven by the
he's
male.
driven by
He
cause.
drives
He's
the
driven
male.
by cause.
He's
Now
driven by
he
cause.
manages the male.
The male.
Yes. And
Yes.
then marriage assists him
Uh-huh.
because the maleness in him is for life.
Yes.
It's an energy for procreation.
Mm-hmm.
So what assists him to maintain the responsibility without desecrating the office of a man
Yes.
is marriage. Because with that commitment, you are free to lose your maleness with all the greed in it.
And this is what is happening around the world right now.
Now, because they do not have
They've not graduated from male
to man,
to manhood.
therefore, they live in the energy of maleness and femaleness.
So they live by instinct,
They live
like animals.
that's the essence. I don't want to say that, but that's the essence.
Oh my God.
So the energy that is in them is not regulated. So men regulate maleness.
Yes.
Like a regulator, if you have gas and you
Yes.
use gas for cooking,
Yes.
they put regulators.
Yes.
If they don't, that
Without
thing is
regulation,
that thing is a
destruction
bomb.
can happen.
It's a bomb,
It's a bomb.
in the house.
Yes.
But the regulation
Yes.
enhances its usefulness. So
Yes.
it is of service.
Yes.
The same thing with male.
With
If
male.
it's not regulated by man.
Yes.
So by having the office of a man, understanding it, I was able to find that vision. So the mandate in the office of a man is vision. And vision is cause. There
Yes.
must be something that you are
Willing to die for, willing to live for.
That's
Something bigger than you.
it must be bigger than you, because when it's bigger than you
Yeah.
and it's a cause,
Yeah.
it's something then that can be inherited.
Yes.
Yes.
passed on to the next
Passed on to the next
generation.
generation.
Yes.
Now, in the absence of vision, you know
Yes.
what's going on? Men have
Bless
turned to business, and they are confusing vision with business. So we have too many businesses, but very few visionaries.
Yes.
Meaning, the pursuit of money,
Has taken over.
and therefore when it comes, it allows you to accumulate what?
Wealth.
Products,
Accumulate stuff.
things. The day you die, when there's no vision, there's nothing to inherit.
Yes.
So they take those things and
Spread them
they
out.
grab. Cousin grabs everyone. The kids say, let's sell the land.
And
split
you
the
are gone
money.
for good. You are
Because
gone for good.
That's how male die. Men don't die
That's how the
because
males-
their visions
Yes.
carry their name forward.
Yes.
That's the legacy. So you'll never hear of a man who dies.
I love that.
Male die.
The males die.
Yeah. And they die with
Because
their
they
property.
Ladies and gentlemen, I love my guest this very afternoon. Kawesa, you've made a very good explanation. You have brought it out so good. And what is eating up most families today in the world today is that many have not graduated from just being a male, and they've gotten stuck there. In fact, I'll make it plain. Take a look. 10 billionaires in the world today, the 10 billionaires, you're going to realize about 6 of them have failed in family. Have failed in family. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, about 6 of them have failed. And that means they've never become men.
Bill Gates is a bit different. Bill Gates is different in the context.
When he has failed family?
Yes, it makes him different.
Uh-huh.
Men shall fall how many times?
7 times.
And they will still do what?
Stand up.
Because they have a north. The vision is like being on River Nile. It will have to end where? Egypt.
Yes.
So when you are a man, you decide to take your boat and put it on a river.
Yeah.
And navigate. There will be rapids, there will be crocodiles.
Yes.
But as long as you are on that thing, you are moving towards the end. Why do I say?
Let me ask you a question before we take a break, and you will answer it. So when you realize that this one can be different, remember, you've been explaining about the child, the boy, the male, and the man, the girl, the female, and the woman. Now, the only thing you can pass over, apart from things, is the vision.
It's actually the only thing.
You get it?
Because these are the things, are assets. They support the vision. They are resources. They are like a car that takes you to your destination. But the car is not the destination.
Thank you.
Yes.
The car is not the destination.
No, but it assists you.
To the destination.
Yeah.
I want to ask you the meaning of vision when we return. Thank you. We'll be back in a minute with Kawesa.
Unlocking marital bliss. Unlocking marital bliss.
We'll be back. You're still watching Unlocking Marital Bliss with me, Cyrus Rod. And still with Kawesa, well-known musician, producer, man, everything. He's so good, consultant, and he's made it so big. And we thank God he's got a stable family. And so here at Unlocking Marital Bliss, we bring such people so that we can learn. And he's so much targeting how to develop the man. And it's really so interesting. So before we took a break, I asked him a question about vision, and that's where we're going for the answer.
Vision. Vision is different from business, and business is different from purpose. And I usually want to create a comparison so that there's distinction, and it helps in appreciating. Now, vision, purpose. Let's start with purpose. Purpose is almost like operational. The purpose why we are here is to talk to men, but the purpose why we are also here is to show off. You know, there are people who are on TV to just show off. You know, they will talk anything as long as the cameras. We've seen it on social media.
The cameras are running.
They're running. They will open their mouth.
Yes.
So that's purpose. You can intend. Yes. So purpose has a lot about intentional, being intentional, deliberate. Okay. The purpose why I'm here is because.
Yes. The reason why.
The reason why. However, when you go to vision, it is a cause. What makes it cause is that the need for people to eat is cause. So you will do anything that you have within your power to find reason to feed people. So the reason for feeding is determined by biology. That these people need food. Man needs food. Man is not like a tree. Man needs to move from place A to B. Now, you can intend and purpose that I'm going to move man from A to B using his own energy on a bicycle. Someone says, no, we can cause man to move A to B when he is seated and he has no energy to input. Someone says, no, I actually can purpose to ensure that the cause for man's movement is like a bird. Let him move from A to B flying like a bird.
Yes.
That happened with the Wright brothers in 1902. But there were other means of transport. So the purpose is fulfilled, but it's all aligned with a cause. There are different ways of fulfilling, but the purpose, the cause is the same. The cause is transportation. Now, if I say my vision is in transportation, then I can purpose in my heart. I can purpose. I can decide.
Yes.
To pursue the destination. So purpose in that sense becomes functional.
Okay.
Vision is directional. On that river I mentioned, if I find rapids, I can purpose not to pass here and pass here. So it's navigation. But I am on the course, on the vision. And that vision is already mapped out by River Nile.
Yes.
I'm not the one who sets visions. You identify with one. You choose one and live and die for it.
Let me ask.
Yes.
Is there, you've shown us the River Nile from Uganda heading to Egypt. The rapids and everything all along. Crocodiles, everything is in there. Now, if it's heading over there to the north, the question comes in. You choose that vision, okay? You identify with one.
With a river, yes.
With a river, and you say that is where I'm going to go.
That's where
I'm headed to, okay, I'll put my boat there.
Yeah.
I'm heading to Egypt.
Yeah.
Wherever the river ends,
is where I will end.
Is where I will end.
And I know it ends in Egypt.
I know it ends in
I
Egypt.
Don't know.
The rapids and everything.
Don't know, but we'll figure out.
We'll figure out how to get there.
Yes. We might even get a hole in a boat. I'll fix it.
But I have to get to Egypt.
Because I have my wife, I've chosen my wife very carefully. This woman is a navigator. And the river, we are told that there's a crocodile. When you're pursuing vision, there are all types of hippopotamus people who are hypocrites. I call them hippopotamus. Yes. They are hippopotamus on the river. You know, so who do you need with you in the boat
to navigate to the end. To the end. You need a woman role. And this is where this is this is where the men are losing it. This is where the women are losing it. You've mentioned this woman to do the managing. But 99%, probably let me put it 98%, are doing control instead of the managing. I know we're talking about men tonight. Why would a woman control rather than manage this thing?
Women don't control. It's females that control.
Okay, we go back to your definitions now. The females.
The females are very controlling. Let me explain how females are controlling.
Yes, sir.
They have the power for attraction. That is already in nature. They have the soil, we have the seed.
Okay.
So we
That's
are
the
always,
male
yes, the male and female.
Okay.
So when you have a female that has not graduated to being a woman,
yes,
they will control.
That will control.
But the office of a woman is about management.
Management.
That's why they manage life for 9 months.
Yeah.
It's their management system. From the uterus
What is
to the
management?
Management is a very good word. When when the word management comes from two words, man, no, not management, manage.
Yes.
It's man and age.
Yes.
So man, age.
Yes.
How, when you come of age,
Yes.
you are supposed to be leaving maleness to the office of man.
Yes.
So you only are of age when you are man.
Yes.
So to now run with a vision, you need a manager.
Yes.
A person who is going to manage with you in delivering the vision. The same way the women have midwives to manage them doing what? Birth.
Yes.
We also have seed, which is vision.
Yes.
We carry it and we have to give birth and take care of.
Yes.
You need a manager.
Yes.
You need somebody to manage that process for you.
Yes.
So they are not managing you, they are managing the process, but also the responsibilities in the office of a man. And so every company you will ever find cannot depend on vision without management. Actually, tell me a great company, show me its management.
That's what makes it great.
So when you say woman, the woman is managing. By managing, they are mitigating. They are studying risks. They are looking at crocodiles on the river. They are pointing them out to you and say, sir, but you are in control of the direction of the boat.
Yes.
She's in the kitchen. Sometimes she comes and say, hey, you know, you're sick. That means she has to take
church.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you're not always healthy.
Yes.
Yes. So that understanding, she's aware of her office. I am aware of my office. But also when we get to a point where, guess what? She's actually a good manager. Should I? Yes, you can say, hey, here are the reins. Here are the reins, but you keep an eye. Because that is what you're given. Vision. We are going to Egypt. If she gets along the way and she's excited about the beauty of the riverbanks, and she wants to park there, and we build a house on the riverbanks, that's now when you, and women are like that. They can easily move to the next available. They can't. It is you to keep them on the track.
I love what you've explained. And let me add something that is from the Bible.
Yeah.
He says, I'll make you a helper, suitable. Now, that word helper is not even like an assistant. No. The word helper in Hebrew is the word suitable helper, Izer Kenigdo, which literally means the one who stands behind you to enable you, and the one who stands in front of you to resist you. Now, the two-way thing that when you are going the wrong side, she will resist you. When you're on the right side, she will empower you. She will say, let's go. And when you talk about management, I really see that. She's able to...
I've not always known that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's scriptural.
it is.
You know?
It is. And you've pointed it out very powerfully
Yes.
when you said it's both.
It's both.
It is front force
And forward.
and resistance.
Yes.
So it is push, pull, push.
Yes.
But it is intended for good.
Exactly.
So in that sense, that is powerful, because now you have something or someone to account to, because they were with you when you mentioned what the vision is.
Yes.
Now that you are getting distractions of male, somebody ought to remind you that
Thank
you
you.
are, because in Swede kwagala yekugwa. So in essence, the rebuking
Yes.
is to keep you on track
Yes.
to the vision.
Exactly. Now, you know, Kawesa, I love the way this is happening. You've mentioned something, then you have somebody you're accountable to. Do you know one of the things I've heard women say, or rather many married people say, when I try to hold my husband accountable, he says, I'm not giving him peace.
And it's true. It's very true.
Help us here.
Accountability.
He comes back at 2 a.m. I
Yes.
say, honey, it's very late. Children waited for you. You had to do this. Coming back at this time. Hey, woman. Oh, I'm a man. Please help us.
Now, accountability comes from the word accounting.
Yes.
You account for, as you deal with today, you account for your future self.
Yes.
Yes. Today has its own pressures.
Yes.
Today you have your own desires.
Yes.
But there are also the desires you have for your future self.
Yes.
And some of today's decisions you're making are
determined.
affecting.
Yes.
So, what do you do there? You need, first of all, not to account to your wife. You account to the vision. Because that's the mandate. When the president,
Given to you.
yes, when the president is president, he accounts not to his wife. He accounts to the mandate of presidency. So if I'm a man and I have vision, therefore, it is what holds me accountable, number one. When I am pursuing whatever I'm pursuing, I am pursuing Egypt. I cannot be moving towards Egypt and they hold me accountable for not going to Egypt.
That's it. Because you're going to where
I'm
you're
going
supposed
to
to go.
Egypt.
So all I'm doing is empowering you,
Yes.
supporting you.
What if, from a women's perspective, they don't believe in the vision? They don't believe
Where you're going.
where you're going.
I love that. Because now,
They have to be
Getting hot.
they have to be controlling, because they also now have vision. They now have vision.
they're saying, I ain't going to Egypt.
And he's also saying, I am going to Egypt.
And I'm not going there.
So if you're not going with me, I think this is it.
And then when it says this is it, then the marriage dies.
And that's the essence. Was it a marriage? Because you've explained the helper, suitable,
Yes.
very powerful.
Yes.
suitable.
Yes.
Something that suits you is a suit. It suits you.
Yes.
It fits you.
Yes.
Now, what happens when it no longer fits you? I have a friend of mine, he was supposed to go for a certain wedding, and he had lost weight. And his suit no longer suits him.
Uh-huh.
He couldn't wear it. They had to go and recut it to
Alter
suit him.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happens when on the pursuit of vision, and it's going to be rough,
Yes.
the rapids are there,
Yes.
you know, there will be no money.
Yes.
Sometimes
Uh-huh.
she says, why don't you deny your vision
Yeah.
and die?
Come on now.
No. She's holding you accountable because she's thinking it is not safe for you to continue on this course.
Mm-hmm.
You are convinced
Mm-hmm.
from day one that you're willing to die for the vision.
Yeah.
What happens?
Now, this is what comes in. I love the examples you're using. The natural thing would easily be, or the instinctive thing is, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm going away from here. Yeah. You and I cannot flow anymore. But then there is the love, the life. Let me use my example. When I met my wife and I said I'm going to marry and all that stuff, then I'm a preacher. Then she looks at me and is like, I don't marry preachers. Do you get me? Yeah. I don't marry preachers. So she puts it out there just like that. Yeah. I don't marry preachers. And I say, don't worry, at least I'm going to love you. I'm going to show you how everything works. I'm going to show you how this comes out very well. And then she says, okay, we shall see. And down the road, I tell her, you see, this is what preachers do. And she's like, nah. And I went to prayer. I said, God, okay, you gave me a wife. And she says yes, but then this preaching stuff and whatever. She ain't part of it. And then God just told me one thing, love her. And I started loving her. Today, she's a pastor too. Today, we're running together. I think, like you said, when a male comes or when a man is there, and then he wants to see continuity, he's going to have a moment of grooming others, developing others, raising others, even when the woman is not yet there. But he will be able to empower so that the woman gets there.
And that's costly.
It costs.
It's costly because I'll give an example of Bill Gates, why we went back to that conversation. Yes. Bill Gates, he, from what we read, if it's what we read is to go by, he had somebody who is a true friend. Yes. In the sense, I don't know whether it's a male energy sort of sense, or it is the man, a soul sense. bosom friend type of thing. But he did not marry her.
Yeah.
And he married the person he married. And together from 80, because he made his first $1 million in 83, I think. Okay. And marrying her is the Bill Gates we know. Yes. Bill and Melinda Gates, powerful foundation, powerful couple. Yes. Then they get to a certain point. Yes. And there's divergency. It wasn't of love. It was of cause. And the cause was almost destroyed because the moment you divorce, it's messy. It's two twins being cut into two.
It's deadly.
It's deadly. How did they navigate saying, as for marriage,
we put away.
We will manage it this way, but our work with the vision stays.
Okay.
So they are still co-founders. The way they managed everyone, the statement they wrote, one piece of paper to explain to the world that they have resolved their marriage, but that they are continuing to. What causes that?
I think
And of course we have the other ones who have, oh, you're coming into my life, okay, you can share everything with me except 1, 2, 3, and they put it down. You don't touch my wealth. You don't touch that. How do we account for?
I think we go to this. I love the way you designed this whole thing. We go to the place, I think as human beings, we are very limited. We're very limited. And if we do whatever we do without a mindset of there is someone above me, beyond me, greater than me, I may even get to Egypt and realize it was not Egypt that I needed to get to. So now I think I need to get to Sudan.
On the way back.
On the way back.
But you missed Sudan.
But I missed Sudan.
It was on the same course to
Same course, because I targeted Egypt. And now I realize I think I need to go back. But because as human beings, we're limited. Just when we think we are there, just when we realize we are not there. When we hit, then we realize we are not there. I think this is the challenge. Maybe we could come in and help men know there is a power greater than you. Let the women know there is a power greater than you. And as long as we get a mindset that embraces that power, I think as we pursue the vision, we shall be able to realize rest even for us and harmony between us. Harmony between us. I know our time is really gone and I still needed to chew more, to just chip on you more and more. But we just have a few moments. I want you to say a word to the man you've described, married to the female as you've described it. Is he gonna jump out or can he rise up to groom? What's your take?
There are 4 types of marriages.
Okay.
You have a male who marries a female.
Okay.
It is the sexual energy that brings them together. Okay. But it cannot sustain them.
Mm-hmm.
So in most cases, when they run out of the heat, they look for where there's more heat.
More heat.
Yes, so the female looks for more heat.
And the male
looks for more heat. So
and it's chaos.
It's chaos. Yes. They all have kids that are not theirs, kids that are theirs that are not theirs. That is it. Now, but you have those marriages.
Okay.
Then you have marriages where the female has taken on the office of a woman, which is management.
She's gone from female to the woman.
To woman. Mm-hmm. But she's gotten a male for her husband.
The one who's still with the sexual energy.
Energy, pure energy, moving by energy.
No vision,
nothing.
Nothing. Sex every hour.
So what is she going to manage? What is she going to control?
Yeah.
Because it's on rampage. It's running all over the place. That usually in my language they say muchala mwami. They take both the responsibility of a man and a woman.
And we have probably 80%.
Or 90%.
90%.
Then you have male who graduates to man. But then gets female for a wife. And the female is controlling. And she says, I tell my husband, yes, he's your husband, but he's not your man.
I hear you.
Then you have the situation where now, because of that, this man has to take both the office of a man and management. So vision and management is with him. He can't go far. The best marriage is woman
and
man. Now, in circumstances where you have been able to, as you are, to move to your vision of a man, and find someone who doesn't believe in your vision.
Yes.
But eventually
You get
you
them
woo them
across.
into it,
Yes.
and they've taken it on so well
Yes.
that you are now man and woman.
Yes.
So the message I want to give to a
Yes.
man,
Mm.
first find out, have you graduated? I know you are 45 years old. I know you are 80 years old. Did you ever graduate from male to man? Now, once you answer that well, then look at your current wife and also understand, has she graduated from female to woman? If she hasn't, what is your strategy now that you've become a man?
Yeah.
What is your strategy to help her move from female to woman?
Good question. I love that so much. I know our time is done. I've enjoyed everything, but I never want to close without you looking in the camera and talking to your beautiful wife. When is your anniversary?
It's on, our wedding was on a Monday.
Uh-huh.
So.
And you took it to the beach.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
So come this December,
Yeah.
yes, we'll be turning 19.
Oh, Lord, you better speak to her. Come on, talk to her.
Talk to her.
Uh-huh.
Darling wife. I know when I say the word darling, you say, oh, you're saying that because you are in front of a camera. So I will not say darling. I'll say dear pretty, because that's what I've called you for all these years. Pretty. Pretty. There are many things in the last 18 years of our marriage that might not have been the best, especially when it comes to talking to men and men saying, you don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. You always hear, you don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. You don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me to listen to you.
Amen.
And my commitment going forward is to listen even more and more to you, because I know that you have the best intentions for our family and for the vision that God has given me. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Oh, you've heard it from Kawesa himself. That wasn't meant for me, by the way. It wasn't meant for you. It's only meant for the beautiful, pretty Mrs. Kawesa. We'll see you next time. And remember, marriage is easy, ignorance is hard.
Unlocking marital bliss.